I recently watched the first two episodes of Starfleet Academy. After getting over the initial shock and excitement of seeing Tatiana Maslany on my screen again, I can now say that overall I enjoyed the first two episodes of the show. As someone who feels like we are losing our teen and young adult media, I can appreciate that Star Trek is now focusing on this demographic. I just hope that the people who are viewing this show are also in that demographic, but I do think that everyone has something to gain from watching this show. Also, I'm very interested in the themes that it looks like this show is going to tackle. First up, not seeing the Federation in a positive light 100% of the time. And I know that we've seen this in other Star Trek shows where there have been people who don't want to join the Federation and have some valid reasons as to why not. But in this show, we have a main character who went through a very traumatic experience at the hands of the Federation and was told not to trust them and is now immersed in it to not have to end up in some kind of prison situation because of his past. And we know and can already see that there's going to be some obvious conflict there, but we also have the Chancellor of Starfleet Academy who in the past resigned from her position in the Federation because she knew that the ruling that she gave was wrong and has now returned after all of that. So I'm very interested in seeing that conflict and that back and forth struggle. The other theme that I'm interested in seeing them tackle comes from a quote that was said in the first episode of the show, and it is these kids are inheriting a broken world they did not create but have to clean up. And I don't know about y'all, but that sounds very at home to me. It's very much giving strong themes of the next generation are our new leaders, and they need to be prepared for that, but they also need to be put in situations where they can practice that. And really about the older generations helping the younger generations be able to lead and be able to create a world that they feel good about living in, but also it's looking like how the older generations are going to have to pass the baton, and they can't always do things the way that they used to be done, and they need to start listening to the younger generations and taking their ideas and seeing them as valuable instead of them as just these kids that don't know what they're doing. It kind of reminded me of Avatar: The Last Airbender a little bit. I feel like this type of story is very important to have, and I'm excited to see how Star Trek will tackle all of it. So, if you have seen the first two episodes of Starfleet Academy, let me know your thoughts in the comments,